I think that this ship is one of the most unique and special ships that I've ever been on, but it took me 3 or 4 days to reach that opinion. We are on Sun Princess, and if you're thinking about booking a cruise on Sun Princess, these are our top 5 tips that we think will help benefit you and make your cruise even better. Do you think?
I hope so.
Cool, and before we get into our top 5 tips, make sure you stay around to the end because we have a bonus tip, which we think is probably the most important one. But without further ado, tip number 1, packages.
Take a package is our advice. Currently there are 2
for champagne
packages. You can have the Plus or the Premier. Our tip is, if you're not really sure and you look at the price without the package and the price with, and you think, well, that's a lot of extra dough, what do I get? Here's our tip. Have a look at the daily price of the package upgrade. So currently the Premier package is $90 a day, or £75, I think it is, per person per day, which does sound quite a lot, but look at what you're getting. The best drinks package going on the ship is included on that. All of the specialty dining except Love by Brito and Spellbound.
I forgot to film my soup.
But every other specialty dining venue is included. You can go as many times as you want. You can also go as many times as you want to the casual dinings, that's Alfredo's and O'Malley's. You have the premium Wi-Fi included.
And premium Wi-Fi actually has 4 separate devices. So if you've ever been on a cruise and you're logging out of one device and logging into another, you don't need to do that, because if you've got a phone, an iPad and a laptop, you've got one to play with. What are you going to do with it? Give it to a friend. I don't think you could do that, actually. Don't give it to a friend.
No, don't. I wouldn't give it to a friend. But honestly, if you're really not sure whether you should go with one or not, just think, what value does it add for you? If you don't want to eat in a specialty dining restaurants, you're just happy with the included food, it's probably not best for you. If you don't drink a lot, it's probably not best for you. If you're really not fussed about the Wi-Fi, okay, give it a miss. But what we did was we had a look at the cost of all of those components individually. The drinks package, which you can buy as a standalone, the Wi-Fi you can buy as a standalone. And when you add it all up and include the gratuities, which come with the package as well, it was an absolute no-brainer for us to get that Premier package.
Yeah, so this glass of champagne is $20. And it's very nice champagne. Now, add 18% onto that, you're talking $23.60.
Did you just add 18% on in your head?
Yeah. I know.
That was very impressive.
Not rehearsed at all. It's certainly not in the script. I always say a package is like peace of mind, because you know you're not going to get a bill at the end. You don't have to sit there and go, oh, I need to drink $60 worth of alcohol to get my money's worth. What you're paying for is all of the other extras as well, and you just don't get a bill at the end of it. But speaking of bills, that actually takes us on to our second tip, which is check your onboard account, because mistakes do happen.
Yeah, we've had it a few times. We've also spoken to people that it's happened to them as well. Charges which should be included in your package, for whatever reason, don't get included and get charged to you individually. So what that looks like is, with Princess, your onboard account, they actually call a folio. It's very, very simple to find. All you do is to go into your app, go to your profile, that's the one with your picture on it. And when you go into your profile, scroll down, and one of the options is folio. You go into there and that shows you all of the onboard charges. And what we've made sure we've done is every day,
just double check.
Just have a quick look in the folio and make sure there's no kind of like erroneous charges that have gone in. If there are, and we've had this, then we've gone to, you can either go to guest services or your concierge and just query them.
In nearly all the restaurants, you can pay an upcharge to have like Wagyu beef, for example. or something that's a little bit more elevated. When we checked it, we noticed we'd had an erroneous charge. We went straight to the concierge, and within a few hours it had been removed from the bill. Just check it as you go. Otherwise, if you leave it to when you disembark off the ship, you might be stuck in a massive queue of people that who are all discovering these issues, and it will basically slow your whole day down when it comes to leaving the ship.
Yeah, typically you'll get a printed folio the night before you leave the ship, and it's really a bit late then to have a look at that and say, oh, hold on, I don't understand what these charges are. Because as Ant says, there's probably going to be dozens of people ahead of you in guest services questioning their printed bill as well, when you have the ability to track it whenever you want.
Exactly. Speaking of economics.
That's easy for you to say.
Yeah, now that champagne's finished. Now, speaking of economics, one of the other things is the Sanctuary Collection. Now, we have got a video about the Sanctuary Collection. We'll link it at the end of this. But that, which gives you everything you'll need to know about those cabin types and the benefits you get with it. Let's talk about comparing the cost of a Sanctuary cabin to a regular one. Now, we're going to do a little bit of maths here, so let's cut to me in the future when I'm doing a screen recording to show you how this works. So as you can see in that real life example, it actually didn't cost too much more per person per day to have access to the suite area, which is the Sanctuary Club, as well as the restaurant. Now, if you're in a full suite as well, you get access to the Sanctuary Lounge, which is an additional perk.
If you determine that difference, that value, covers the benefits of having the Sanctuary Collection restaurant and the Sanctuary Sun Deck, then go for it. Mm-hmm. If you don't feel that difference adds enough value with those two benefits, then don't. It's as simple as that. Mm-hmm.
Our fourth tip is around casual dining. Alfredo's Pizzeria on Sun Princess, or on Princess Cruises as a whole, is a really famous and well-loved pizzeria, and for good reason, because it is some of the best pizza at sea. But my tip is this: if you are not on a package or you're choosing to do this as a bit of a value cruise, you're just trying to keep costs lower, don't feel like you're missing out on Alfredo's. The menu is very different from what you'll know from other Princess ships, but the pizza on the Lido deck on deck 17, and also on around the outside of the eatery on the promenade deck, don't miss that area out, it's easily missed. That pizza is just as good as the pizza in Alfredo's. Honestly, you don't have to go to Alfredo's. What you're paying for essentially is maybe the ambiance and the service, but if you just want good pizza, you don't need to go to Alfredo's to get it.
I don't often agree with you, but I do on that point.
When it comes to pizza,
we think alike.
We think alike. Sea views are what makes Sun Princess Sun Princess. So our tip number 5 is, it's a bit of a no-brainer. Don't miss those views. Make the most of those beautiful sunsets at sea. Make the most of the sunrises if you want to set your alarm to get up a bit earlier, because honestly, you're going to see the views and stuff you're going to see from the different sides of the ship, from the atrium, are just breathtaking. Honestly, what Princess have done with the design of Sun Princess and the new Star Princess is very, very special. This Sphere class is unlike any class of ship there is, bar none. And I think when you're here, you want to make sure that by going to places like Bellini's, Crooner's Bar, the sushi restaurant, Love by Brito, the Wake Bar, these all are designed to give you the maximum possible experience of just looking out at sea and experiencing those views.
So in summary, yeah, there's a lot of really good views.
Okay, they were our top 5 tips for Sun Princess. Some of them are pretty much no-brainers, but some of them, you know, I take a bit of research. Do your research when it comes to pricing.
And what is the bonus tip that you've promised everybody?
Okay, the bonus tip is this. Sun Princess, as I mentioned earlier, is the most unique ship in probably cruising history. Let's be honest, the Sphere class is unlike anything else that's out there, and with that comes a lot of change. Now, my bonus tip is this. A lot of people who watch our stuff are either veteran cruisers, or you could be brand new to cruising. But when you go out there and you watch a lot of videos online and you see ship tours and things, a lot of those videos and a lot of that feedback is going to be stuff that's still a first impression, or they've been invited onto the ship for a day. Sun Princess is like, it is not a Marmite ship. It's not you love it or you hate it. Sun Princess is a ship that I think you have to grow to appreciate. What I would say is when you come on this ship, come with a very open mind, because the changes that they've made, particularly with the layout, may not make sense to you on day one. That you're going to find yourself getting lost, you're going to turn left and hit a wall and be like, why is that there? But you're on a ship with sometimes 4,000 or 5,000 people, and you'll never realize that there are that many people on board, because the engineering on the layout has been designed in such a way, not just to make sure you get as much light as possible, but you never feel crowded. If you've been on, say, the Royal Esplanade on Royal Caribbean on a Quantum class ship, there are times when you can barely get from one end to the other. But on Sun Princess, that is just not a problem. You know, you never feel crowded, but it takes a while to appreciate. You have to come with an open mind. If you come with preconceived ideas as to what you think it should be, or as to what you liked on, say, a Princess Royal class ship, something like Sky Princess perhaps, it's very, very, very different. But that doesn't make it any worse. I think that this ship is one of the most unique and special ships I've ever been on, but it took me 3 or 4 days to reach that opinion. So come with an open mind and enjoy it for what it is, because if you hinder yourself with your own preconceived ideas, you will not have the best time. But if you come with an open mind, this could end up being your favorite cruise ship.
So in summary, yeah, there's a lot of really good views.
And that's my bonus tip. If you like these tips and you want to see some more tips, are you thinking about sailing to the Greek Isles, Glenn? Well, we are actually next year, so make sure you're subscribed, because we loved it so much. Check out this video right here from Odyssey of the Seas, where we give you our top tips for sailing the Greek Isles. And it will give you all the information you need, some great footage. And of course, if you love and you want to see more of Sun Princess, check out our first impressions video, which is available now on the video which is on my face right now. Thank you for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Say goodbye, Glenn.
Goodbye, Glenn.